Welcome back to the magical
Nice.
I haven't done that in a minute. Welcome
We'll let
back
you keep going.
to the wacky, wonderful Wiseworks podcast. All you guys, gals, geeks, and goofballs.
Josh hasn't realized. He still gets, on late on some nights he just gets together with himself and starts doing a midnight special.
I'm itching.
Solo talk.
I've been itching to do a midnight special.
Man. We do midnight specials. We do it in the pre-shows.
I know, but
we do it on lives.
25 minutes. No, not live. We talk about stuff.
The midnight special
for
is
25
fun,
minutes,
but it is a waste of time.
Itching my scratch.
Look, I will say, in the way that we've kind of structured the channels and stuff, this show could technically feel more like the midnight special.
Technically,
we still continue to do movie talk type stuff.
I've said we should dial it back to one long topic.
Branch it in, bring it in.
Just the podcast is one topic for an hour.
I know.
Hour 10, you know what I mean?
I know it was annoying when we did it, but I'm waiting. I'm itching to have those. So what's up with your guys' relationship these days? Topics.
Bro, every time we did that, you skirted the question. You're like, what do you think about girls? What do you like about this
I'm
or that?
I'm in a different stage of life now, and
okay.
Are you saying that now that Joshua's married,
now that
he has a
married,
wife,
he's okay with talking about relationship stuff because when he wasn't in one, he was insecure about it.
yeah, maybe.
Man, come on,
nonsense, dude.
Come on,
that's a cop out. That's a cop out.
I will say I won't disagree with Josh though. It was fun to talk about that kind of stuff even when we weren't in relationships, but since we have been in them, we haven't had a midnight special or anything to really talk about it.
We have not.
Isn't that crazy?
But here's this is what's really crazy. The fact that we talked about it at all. Because we're not like relationship advice people.
we were never giving relationship advice.
It doesn't matter. Why are we talking about that and putting it on the internet if truly nobody's
the internet.
If truly nobody gives a crap about listening to us talk about those things.
Okay,
you know
but we always said it's more to chronicle what's going on in your life as we do this thing, right?
You can drop little things in there here and there. I think it was inefficient to dedicate entire episodes to some nonsense like
bro. So if you go and you listen to the midnight special and Josh is like, I don't want to really talk about relationships. I'm not in one, so it's not interesting to me. Then if you go watch a podcast now and he's like, yeah, no, I'm married. We missed an entire segment.
Yeah.
You have to go to the pre-show, which is only like 25 minutes. You got to binge all the pre-show episodes looking for scraps.
Looking for scraps. Who's digging into our lives that much?
I don't know.
Nobody.
Maybe.
Some
stalker
people
might.
Some people.
I don't want to feed the stalkers.
Okay, fine.
I'm out.
Look, the world is changing.
Yeah.
As is the opening line to the Fellowship of the Ring.
Mm-hmm.
And so is the internet.
Mm-hmm.
And that means it's not a place where you could just come to fool around. You can fool around on the internet, and there is a lot of foolishness that happens on the internet. I'm just saying, if you have an ambition to accomplish that involves the internet, especially internet video, you got to stay focused. You got to stay on point, because the people who don't do that and just kind of hit around the bush and just kind of talk about what they want. I mean, you've seen them. If you just look up any podcast, like if you just type in podcasts, just hit a podcast and start scrolling. All right. Once you've been scrolling for a while, click on a channel on a video that doesn't have any views. Right.
Mm-hmm.
You'll see they've done like 50 episodes. They're not about anything. It's people that nobody's ever heard of, and it's the dullest listen ever.
I will say, I thought it was funny. Recently, my sister told me, she's like, yeah, I was hanging out with some friends, and we were like, man, we could definitely do a podcast. And I was like, no, you definitely could not.
Yeah.
It's not about talking, it's about stamina.
Exactly. I said, you guys can talk, yes, but can you talk about something?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And talk and attempt to talk about it in a meaningful way. It's like getting used to just talking with somebody over a camera, especially over a camera. They're definitely thinking about it in person. It's like, oh yeah, in person we can talk about whatever. Sure. But once that mic gets in front of you and that camera is on you and you have to talk to people for the next 2 hours.
Yeah.
It's a mandatory conversation about
a lot
something.
harder. It's a lot more
difficult. I mean, we've done over, I know this is episode 397, I think.
Yep.
But we've done over 400 episodes of
over 400.
podcasting, and it's a lot. It's a lot.
It takes a long time to get into that area where you feel comfortable just talking to people, or even us who have been doing it for a while, getting that sort of conversation, of that back and forth understanding between us, where we know when I need to stop talking and you need to start talking.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it also comes down to, we also go live. There's the pressure of, we can't edit this out. We do reactions. We do all of our content is podcast adjacent, right? All of it is commentary content. And so, yeah, we've had a lot of practice. And you're right. When people say we could totally do a podcast, I saw this very interesting, hilarious reel where there's this gay guy who was reacting. He was reacting to this lady who was like in this really nice podcast setup. She had a Shure microphone, headphones, good quality camera, everything. And she was saying nonsense. Like she was trying to talk interesting. And the gay guy's reaction was, y'all, I just think there's too much podcast equipment. We need to buy it all back, buy back all the equipment. That was his solution. There's too much podcast equipment.
Yeah.
That's funny.
There's some truth to that, man.
I think that brings us to our first segment.
Yeah. Fantastic Four.
Dude, what was that?
Freaking screeching pivot in the conversation.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be
single
the transition.
transition.
I know, you just rolled over for that one. You didn't even fight back or nothing.
I'm supposed to be the one that says,
Oh, it was a car crash of a freaking transition.
Man,
Josh is supposed to one that bring in the cheesy segues.
You're supposed to be like,
no offense to you, Wyatt, but you did.
This is
you just said, I think that goes right well into our next conversation. I don't know where the crap you were going with that.
I was making fun of Josh.
You should have been like,
I was making fun of Josh.
Speaking of
for all the
400
times he's done that to me.
episodes, you should have been like,
speaking of
400 episodes,
speaking of doesn't work for me.
The Fantastic Four or 400. What about 4 people that are superheroes?
That's easily one of the better segues you've ever done, and it was still pretty bad. But I appreciate the effort and the thought that was in it. I like it.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
4 superheroes that
we're here now.
One of them is a Mexican guy, Pedro Pascal, a white lady.
We need a hard start. We need a hard start to this segment.
Hard reset
for the time codes in the description.
Okay. Fantastic Four. We got some leaked video.
All right.
And it's out. We're gonna watch
Is this
it.
leaked as in we're not supposed to be seeing this? The internet's not supposed to be seeing this?
Sure. I'm gonna say yes, but you know that Hollywood and even Disney, they say things are leaked, but really it's just Marco Ruffalo live streaming the first 10 minutes of a premiere pretending that it's leaked.
it's a leak. Yeah.
But really it's just a promotional thing for for
this
the
could be
movie
promotional
itself. So
it absolutely be. Or and even if it's if they didn't want it out there, it wouldn't be out there, it'd be gone. Disney would have them take it down.
Well, this is on X, and so
doesn't matter. They'll
Disney
go,
and X has had issues.
They'll find that person and be like, "Hey, please take this video down." If they really didn't want it out there, I mean, right now they're probably like, "Yeah, this is great publicity."
It's the people who posted it is a verified account called Fantastic Four Updates.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, but so let's just watch the video and
all right, here it is.
Yeah.
All right.
So you can't. I mean, it's kind of small, but
he's thinging. He's thinging at the moment.
This is, I guess, a look of the new look for the Thing.
You guess that is.
No, I mean it is. It is the look, unless they're trying to like, show us this for, and it's not really. But
I think it is.
Yeah, I think it is too. Yeah.
That we know that the aesthetic of the Fantastic Four is going to be sort of a futuristic retro 60s, 70s kind of feel.
Mm-hmm.
Like an alternate 60s, 70s, a little bit more futuristic and stuff, and that's why the suits are gonna look like this, and that's why the promotional material has looked the way that it has. So it might look strange, but I'm kind of here for it.
Yeah, isn't the character that's playing the Thing is cousin on the Bear?
Yeah, but bro, you didn't look up his name?
No.
What is his name?
We've gone over this
Rich.
times.
Watch it. You should be watching the Bear.
What's his name in the show? Is it what is it? Rich?
Yeah, something like that.
It's Rich. I believe it's Rich in the show. So what are you guys thinking?
Ebon Moss.
Yeah,
Bacharach.
That's a cool name. Dang.
Well, that's definitely not right because
Ebon Moss. EBONMO.
I think we've talked about casting before.
Yeah.
He's got the voice for it. He can definitely sound like the Thing,
The Thing.
Sounding like this deep and down in here.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
It's kind of like a smoker that's smoked and I don't know.
Sure.
So yeah, but I think that
this is the look, the new Thing.
So what my first reaction to this is sort of like Wyatt. I'm here for it in the sense of just because I've seen what Marvel does, they're not going to rely on the suit the whole time. Like
it's all reference. It's just reference.
It's got to be reference.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's 100% got to be reference for the CGI that's going to come after, because they have to have this guy emote and everything, and they're just like, it's too much work to do it with prosthetics.
I mean, I would be surprised if they use a lot of practical effects. I'd really like to see that. Because they can do it. In the second Fantastic Four movie, I was watching it, and I was watching the Thing specifically, and the way that his face moves. In the first movie, you can really tell that they're using a lot of puppetry and animatronics to get his face to work, to get his lips to move, kind of like that.
Yeah.
In the second one, I'm not too sure. In the second one, if you watch his face, he's emoting extremely well. And I was like, wait a second, hold on. There's something else happening with his face that's not entirely like animatronics. And the more I watched, the more I realized they were using CG to enhance his emoting in very subtle ways on his face in that movie. And they could do it in this movie, and I think they should do it in this movie. But the way that face looks, I don't think it's going to be doing a ton of emoting.
Right.
But see, like, if you look at the difference between this picture of the two Rock guys, that's the one that's the Michael B. Jordan. So the one on the left has been in the first movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
and you see his face looks real. And then if you go down and click this one here,
this one
where he's in the shirt, his face looks different, doesn't it?
It does
because it's not entirely puppet. It's a lot of it. They use CG to make his mouth and nose and eyebrows move differently.
I kind of prefer. So this, awesome. You're saying this is from the first movie. Is that what you're saying?
That looks really great in still shots and in all that kind of stuff, and even with the close up shots. But when his mouth is moving and everything in the second one, he's much more expressive, and I like it a lot. Although that image
what is that image with the 3 people in front of the rock? Like down. Yeah, right there. You were just on it.
There?
Yeah.
1994, Fantastic Four?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That looks more like the new one that they're going to be doing, which is good because they're going to be, it's more original, I guess, to the comic.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think this is, they are going for like the original look.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he looks way more like classic comic book thing.
They took a completely different design with this guy.
Mm-hmm. And it feels like Disney is doing that with, like, they did that with Wolverine and his outfit kind of going original and everything. But
the important thing is the important thing here is making him big. Because the thing is big. He's Hulk-like. He's almost in width. He's Hulk wide. He's not quite as tall as the Hulk, but he's big. He's supposed to be bigger than everybody else. And the issue with the earlier Fantastic Four movies is that he looked really great. I thought the Thing looked incredible in both movies. He just was shorter than everybody else. He was, he had broad shoulders and he looked like a rock, but he didn't look bigger than anybody.
He didn't tower above any of them.
No, and so if he picked up a car and threw it, it wasn't quite as believable as something that's a little bit more hulky.
Right. It's supposed to have this vibe. He's supposed to stand above them.
He's supposed to, he's supposed to be looming behind them.
Yeah, definitely.
Where on this one, he was just there.
Mm-hmm. And I would say they made him bigger for that.
They probably did.
They make him look bigger in a lot of the shots, but when you zoom out and you see them standing,
he's as tall as the gal.
Yeah, he's shorter than the 2 guys. It's incredible. I love it.
Well, I don't know. Yeah, Chris Evans. Is Chris Evans?
Yeah.
Chris Evans is pretty. He's a tall guy. He's got to be like tall, 6'3", right?
But this is Michael Chiklis. He's not super tall, and I'm sure they're pumping him up in the boots a little bit.
Maybe.
But he just he. In the comics, when the Thing is like standing behind the Fantastic Four, he's as wide as the group.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So I think that's probably what they're going for with this new one,
right?
So according to Google, Chris Evans is 6 foot flat. So the Thing it has to be like 5'7", 5'8", maybe.
Yeah. Michael Chiklis.
Yeah.
So do you think the wideness of this Thing and the height?
He definitely looks he looks taller. He's looking taller than these folks here, and he's definitely wide. That's, I think, really important. Get him nice and wide.
Okay. So you seem to be happier here?
Yeah.
At least with the physique.
Yeah, definitely.
I have a quick question. Wasn't Chris... Why is Chris Evans in my mind not who he is? Like, I keep thinking I'm saying someone else's name, but Chris Evans is Captain America.
Yes.
He's the Flame.
Yeah, didn't he show up in Deadpool 3 as the Flame again?
Human Torch, yes.
The Human Torch, he did? He did a cameo as that character?
Yep. That
was
fun. In the
third Deadpool?
Have you not seen it?
I have not.
Oh my!
I'm sorry,
goodness.
Joshua. You haven't even been watching.
I was about to spoil something really heavy.
No, go ahead. I don't care.
I don't want to now.
Go ahead.
I was just. He gets a pretty. I thought in the movie for being a hero, he gets a pretty insensitive end.
Oh yeah,
movie. I did not care for it. I thought there's so many other Marvel characters that you could have done that with, where it would have made more sense if you're gonna kind of disrespect a character like that. Johnny Storm, is just a smartass. He doesn't seem like the kind of guy that you need to, like, remove all his skin.
Yeah. And then his skull and body guts just collapses,
fall apart to the ground.
That is, now obviously I saw it because there's so much of Deadpool and Wolverine out online, little clips. Yeah. That's how I saw it. And I wanted to make sure it wasn't a deep fake or something.
But that scene was like the only there for the clip in like the post-credit scene, which was funny.
Right.
All the things that Deadpool says about him is true. And that end scene is what makes it funny. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I thought that was a little bit weird.
But I don't know how I feel about the Fantastic Four. I'm so over Marvel on so many levels. Deadpool and Wolverine I didn't even go see that in the theaters. Mm-hmm. So if I'm more like, I'll see the thing that everyone likes this year out of Marvel when it comes out on streaming. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How am I going to be more excited for Fantastic Four?
The issue with Deadpool and Wolverine is if you look into it a little bit more and analyze it a little bit, it's got Disney all in its blood.
Yeah.
It's infected with Disney. And though they try to hide it, it's definitely there.
It's all there. There's so much of it. Now, I don't predict this is going to be like the huge winner. This is not going to be. I think
probably
Disney's
not.
Really hoping to have a nice next movie for Marvel after Deadpool and Wolverine. It's just not going to happen. It was a one-time thing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they've changed actors so much for this movie, Fantastic Four, and so we'll see how people take to it. But
I mean, I am kind of looking forward to Joseph Quinn, his performance.
Yeah.
Wyatt said he
after
watched
seeing Quiet Place Day 1.
Oh, you watched
movie.
it?
Yeah, the man has we knew he had acting chops. We knew it in Stranger Things. He was great in Stranger Things.
Yeah.
But he was really good in A Quiet Place, and I think that's, having two kind of back-to-back really solid performances.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm interested in seeing what he does with this, and then I have to see Gladiator because I got to see him as a villain in that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, I think we all have to see Gladiator for sure. I don't think that's an option. But that's not it's not a negotiable, I guess. We all have to watch Gladiator. But I think Joseph Quinn might be the best thing in the film. Maybe. Or the thing I'm most interested in.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, I'm not super excited about this. I don't care. The retro doesn't make me excited. Nothing really gets me excited with this.
It gets me this much excited, but not really.
The Deadpool and Wolverine got me kind of excited, right? And I still didn't go watch the movie yet.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it's just not going to be a lot. Marvel has a lot of catching up to do, and I don't know if they can bring it back. I just don't know. What are you laughing at?
I'm laughing at something else.
All right. And that's about all I have to say about that.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, Forrest Gump.
You want to thank the Patreon?
Yeah. Thank you, Libya. That's how you say her name, right? What?
Yeah.
Yeah. Libya looks right to me.
Libya Mazura.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much for choosing to be a member over on YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
You're supporting us. Over on YouTube, $3.99 a month, she's chosen to donate to our cause. And this is, if you two want to donate to our cause for $4, $3.99 a month, what you get is you get podcasts early, you get pre-shows exclusively. Those don't become public. They stay just for members and patrons.
Yes. And honestly, in my opinion, I love the Patreon, but I think if you're a casual viewer, you don't have a Patreon, You kind of stick to YouTube for your podcast, for maybe even your music, the way that I do. I don't really branch into Spotify or anything. YouTube membership is the way to go.
Yeah. Well, everything that's on Patreon is also on YouTube membership. So you get both, same price. The only difference is when we go live on YouTube, you can leave little stickers in the chat and let us know that you're a paid member.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Patreon doesn't let you do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, just if you're interested in doing that, whether on Patreon or YouTube memberships, you can find the link in the description or on the channel. We'd really appreciate it. We'd love for you to join us, get the exclusive stuff, but also just give us some general support. Let us know you care about what we're doing here. And if you just want to get to know us more, just watch more content on the channel and you can make a decision after that. But we appreciate you, Libya, for believing in us, for supporting us. You're the best. Oh, yeah. Another perk is you get your names in the credits and you get shout outs like this. So,
yeah.
Hey.
You guys have anything you want to?
I was talking to Wyatt about this.
Uh-oh. Okay.
So you guys have really been tooting the horn on
Toot
Wind River pretty hard.
Yes.
Did you watch it?
Yeah, I watched it.
Okay.
And as I already told Wyatt,
okay,
it was good. I was not blown away. It was the exact same type of story with literally the same actors as the shows I've told you guys should watch, like Yellowstone and Mayor of Kingstown. Because guess what? It's the same writer. The same guy who made the movie Wind River is the same guy who made those shows.
It's a movie and condensed into a movie, which I'll watch a movie. I won't watch a show. And
you won't watch a show.
No. And it is graphic, but yet gives you a satisfying ending. And I don't know. It's enjoyable to watch, even though it's okay. There's a lot of graphic stuff in it, but it doesn't feel like, I feel gross after watching this.
What are you talking about?
I mean, it does, but it's enjoyable to watch.
I would get
as a movie.
I would say you're probably right. It probably is the condensed movie version of other Taylor Sheridan stuff. The issue is, for those who don't want to sit down and watch all of Mayor of Kingstown, or watch all of Yellowstone, sitting down and watching Wind River and getting the story,
2-hour movie
in a concise version where it's complete story. That's, people who don't watch shows a lot of times don't watch them because they're currently airing shows, and there's nothing wrong with that. I like TV shows, I like movies, but and sometimes I just want a good movie. And to have Sheridan kind of take the things that he enjoys doing and write this movie, it came before these other shows, by the way. It was more, it was almost like a testing grounds.
Yes.
I feel. And I think he did it really well. And I think it's a well-paced movie. I think it's an extremely well-acted movie. And it, like Josh said, it's got great payoffs. Terrible things happen, and it's got great payoffs for the people that did those things.
Now, you're right. 100%, it's got great payoffs. I, however, am a little underwhelmed because I'm used to much better payoffs. Because he's gotten better with payoffs. He's gotten better writing characters in shows like Yellowstone and shows like Mayor of Kingstown and Tulsa King.
But again, you gotta watch an entire season of TV to get those payoffs.
That's valid. But I am the only one here that's seen both his movie and most of his shows.
And I'm not invalidating that his shows are great. My point is that
I am saying his shows are better than Wind River as a movie. It is the same vibe vibe as far as storytelling.
Mm-hmm.
But when you watch his shows and then you watch a movie that he made, you feel a little like you got half of his storytelling ability.
Right, because he's able to fully express what he wants to express in the TV shows.
You have better payoffs in the
But
TV
I don't
shows.
think that devalues a good movie in any way.
It doesn't. I'm just saying you guys talked up Wind River like it was amazing.
It is amazing.
I didn't look up who made it. Halfway through, I was like, I'm seeing all the same actors, literally all the same actors in all these other shows that I know this guy Taylor made. Let me look up to see who wrote this and directed it.
I'm sorry you can't enjoy a good movie because you've filled your head with all of his other stuff.
I'm not saying I didn't enjoy it.
Okay, listen.
I just thought I was going to see something new.
I read a whole bunch of Sanderson books. And then went back and read, some of his earlier stuff. I didn't feel gypped in any way. I definitely looked at it and was like, wow, I can tell where he has improved his writing and storytelling. But I still thoroughly enjoyed it.
I'm saying I thoroughly enjoyed it as well. But also...
So can you blame us for...
I thought I was going to be watching something
so here's the question then. Here's
the
real question. Can you truly blame us for seeing an amazing movie done by an amazing writer and then be like, this isn't as good as his other stuff that you guys haven't seen?
Okay, this is really what it comes down to, which I haven't voiced yet.
Okay, what does it come down to?
What it comes down to is the fact that you both have the audacity to preach to me to watch Wind River.
Okay.
When I have been telling you that this guy's TV shows like Yellowstone, Mayor of Kingstown, and Tulsa King, which neither of you have watched any of, and I've been telling you for years, this is good stuff, you should watch it, but and you haven't.
I'll tell you what.
Okay, wait, no.
I'm salty at you two because you guys are preaching at me to watch his one movie. I've been telling you for years you should watch his
we've been telling you way before all these shows came out to watch this movie, but also...
Well, I don't know if it was before the shows.
You haven't been telling me to watch Wind River.
It's been a while.
You started saying that this summer.
No, we've been saying Wind River in Virginia
this summer.
Beach. We've been saying watch that movie.
I mean, I've been saying it for a long time. I saw Wind River before all the shows came out.
Yeah, before the shows, and also I'm more of a movie guy. I would rather watch a movie than a 10-episode show and get the same content.
You guys see where I'm coming from.
It's about movies.
I sort of see where you're coming from. But I've seen clips from Yellowstone.
Validate me. Please.
I've seen clips from Yellowstone.
Thank you.
And honestly, it's a little bit too dramatic for my taste.
Yeah. Well,
it just seems a little bit too much melodrama, a little bit too much TV drama. And I was like, I saw probably 4 or 5, and I was like, ugh.
4 or 5 minutes, 4 or 5 clips,
no, 4 or 5 different clips. Where
you probably watched the worst clips.
Just characters interacting, and I was like, man, I'm not into this dialogue.
Dude, that's what most of Game of Thrones is, characters interacting.
Yeah, and it's solid.
Yeah, so is this. This isn't like The Acolyte. It's actually well-written interactions of characters.
Joseph,
right.
Okay.
I've seen more.
Yeah, it probably feels boring out of context the movie when you're watching clips. What would I give the movie?
Okay, don't consider the show. Just what would you give
7.5 out of 10. Because we're playing by Joshua's rules. A 7.5.
Right, so a
75.
75 out of 100.
Right.
Okay. That's a lot more than...
Look, it could be an 8, but
the movie we're about to review
probably put Yellowstone
on this next segment where they're only giving it a 6.
Wait, who's giving it a 6?
The critics and the audience that have already seen it.
All right.
The Joker 2.
What's going
Folie
on?
Adieu.
Folie Adieu. What are we
They're
doing?
only giving it a 6 out of 10.
Okay.
Oh, I thought you were going to kind of go to the critics.
Bro, this is your episode.
Okay. I thought that was your
I can't
cue.
do this for you. I don't know what we're talking about.
Carry this podcast.
This is not a situation where we should share the load. You know what I mean?
I was waiting. I was like, it's my turn to be quiet and let somebody else talk.
I was like, oh, what are we doing? And Joshua just went silent. You always do this, Joshua. You always do this.
This is where you click to the slide.
It's usually where Joe clicks the next slide. Yeah.
I've established that
slide
people
where it shows the 6
Mm-hmm.
review, the 6 out of 10 for Folie Deux.
Do you want me to switch to the Rotten Tomatoes?
That'd be great. Thank you.
Okay. You don't want to go to this slide first.
That works too. One of the slides.
I swear you did not produce this episode, did you? You just put it together.
No,
All
no.
right.
So we don't have audience score yet, but we have a lot of critics score, and they're only giving it a 6.1.
61. Not 6.1. It's a 61.
When Joshua, when we're actually doing 1 out of 100, Joshua turns it back to 1 out of 10.
Go back to the reviews.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to read some of these reviews and talk about, maybe we haven't seen the movie yet. It's not out.
Nobody has, except for these people.
Yeah. But do we kind of agree with their answers, or are we like, nah, it'll be better than
So the movie's 2 hours and 18 minutes long. Seems kind of long for a
it's long.
That's pretty long. Hopefully they can keep our attention. Let's see. Of all the things Phillips does better in Joker Folie Deux than he did in Joker, the best is by far his course correction in catering to radical misogynists. What?
Just a little bit of background. The first Joker, people believed that it was going to radicalize the incels. And, people were actually going to start, shooting stuff and burning things. And so the view of the Joker is that it was a movie for incels. And so this reviewer is saying that he's changed course. He's not catering to incels anymore, misogynists, people who hate women. Because now there's a woman.
So wait, why on earth? That's the craziest accusation ever, to say that the first Joker was catering to radical misogynists. What kind of the freaking, how the crap can you watch someone's movie like that? And that is an extreme accusation.
Yeah. Thank you, Rafaela Ross, from the reputable source, The Playlist, which I'm sure everybody knows of and reads often.
Yeah.
She looks like an entitled.
Hey, we're not focusing on one specific person to hate on them. I mean, although we can.
Her face makes me angry.
Yeah.
The entitlement. The freaking. My gosh. All right, you guys read some of these.
Let's see. Folie is absolutely not what you expect it to be, but that's not a bad thing. The story of a man who refuses to be anything but himself right till the very end, and that's what makes this Joker sequel so deliciously subversive.
Why is everything about subverting expectations?
Right? Well, it's because there's no new ideas, and so we have to find some subversion of expectation in these played out ideas that are continuing to be on screen.
Subverting is what's getting Rings of Power in trouble. I'm coming off of being sick. Give me some grace.
I love the one thing that Joker Folie Deux really does get right is how this version of the Joker is not really a bad guy. He's a mirror for society.
Which
thanks, Alex Billing from
wasn't that kind of the idea of the first one?
It was
society. It wasn't the Joker.
I believe even the director has said that this Joker isn't really like the Batman Joker.
Yeah,
it's more like he's more like a mentally ill guy, and it's more like that story. But let's see. Folie à Deux achieves 2 remarkable things. It updates the movie musical using the genre in an inspired way that shouldn't frighten fans who don't like them. It's also the rare sequel that meets, if not surpasses, the quality of its predecessor. Thanks, Tori Brazier from metro.co.uk. Okay. Oh, we got one from Screen Rant.
Uh-oh.
Alexander Harrison. I almost said Hamilton. It seems that like Todd Phillips targeted Folie à Deux directly at the audience who got a little too into Joker and made it to antagonize them. What?
Wait, so they're saying that the incels are going to hate Folie à Deux?
Probably.
But like it's targeted at the incel fans. The incels didn't. I can't speak for them. I sort of enjoyed it.
That's my crowd.
And I'm not.
I don't get this review. It's like, okay, so what's good about the movie? Right? That's not a review. That's not a point towards the movie. Do better.
Well, they're
next
checking.
time.
They're doing a social check, right?
Yeah.
Social check.
Quick social
check. Social review.
Yeah.
Review.
Quick social check.
All right. It begs the question.
Just checking the vibes. This guy, he's the vibe rater. He's out there rating vibes.
Alexander from Screen Rant, the vibe
thanks,
rater.
Screen Rant.
Let's read Hannah Strong.
It begs the question, why is Philip so reluctant to embrace that the film is a musical? Why not add a little more color, some flourish to the production design? Okay, so Hannah's not too happy with the fact that it was called a musical and is maybe sort of kind of a musical, but not really a musical.
Not really?
Well, hold on. She's from Little White Lies, so is everything she's saying fake?
I don't know. I'm not familiar with Little White Lies.
But the thing is, from the trailer, it looks pretty immaculate, doesn't it?
Yeah, it looks pretty well put together.
So,
it's not that this version of the Joker is inherently wrong, but it is uninteresting. Please let us be done with this. From Rory Doherty. I'm curious what this is.
I think he's talking about, please let us be done with the Joker narrative.
Well, I could understand if his point was, let's be done with this Joker, who's not really the Batman's Joker. Yeah, this subversion of Joker, that's more just like a mentally ill guy. I can understand that, but this isn't, again, it's not a review. I guess he probably has a full review if you click full review, but I don't know why they picked out that one.
Wait, do all of these reviewers typically have an entire article?
Probably.
Holy cow, look at this guy's review.
Oh boy. Yeah, okay, we're not going to read this.
So wait, so people do reviews on Rotten Tomatoes just to get you to go read their article?
Probably.
Great.
No, let's see. It feels remarkably honest, true to itself.
I have demonstrating
again
that no.
Stop talking at the same time, please, Joshua. Either we're reading or we're talking.
That was not his full review. I don't think that whole article was his.
The article took you to the review that he wrote for his whatever you call it, who he works for.
When I clicked on full review, it took me to this article
written by Rory Doherty.
Yes, he wrote this article.
Interesting. Let's read a couple more. Phoenix is seamless, picking up the maudlin character again as if it were only yesterday. It's a truly versatile, malleable performance. An overindulgent musical that lacks the punch of its predecessor, where the original Joker remains a stunning exception. That rare blockbuster is emotionally shading grown-up themes and a genuine sense of grandeur. This sequel fails to stay on that beat.
I have a pretty good feeling this might not be a blockbuster.
No,
I kind of have the feeling that so based on these comments, I'm not sensing anything too crazy about the movie. So it could go either way. Audience could love it or they could hate it.
What it seems to me is that the people that are reviewing this are either doing a vibe check on the social side of it, which I could give a crap about that. But the people that are saying, I like the first one, this one doesn't live up to it. Well, that's not a good sign, because most people did kind of like the first one. And if the people are saying it's not up to the first one, and we already know from the trailer, it's probably not going to be as interesting because it's more of a love story, kind of like a psychotic musical romance thing. You know what I mean? And so we don't really know where it's going to be taken, but it's not going to be like a whole lot of mystery with twists and turns that are allowing us to get to know this character in a mysterious way. It's going to be kind of odd. You know what I mean?
So what I'm not getting here is from the negative reviews, I'm not getting a sense of their more complex thoughts in these little 2-sentence things, and that's probably the issue. Is maybe I need to go and read more of their review. But what I've learned from listening and watching lots of movie reviews and reviewers is some people, especially in the review community, there's lots of people who don't understand movies but are for some reason employed to review them anyway.
Oh yeah.
And so you'll get a lot of these reviews that have lots of, very eloquent language, but nothing substantive.
Well, it also hinges on the diversity of the cast was great.
I haven't seen any of that.
We don't want
but
that.
I am thinking that because this is so some people like it, some people don't like it.
Yeah.
That the audience might really enjoy this, because if the reviewers are kind of having a hard time figuring out how they feel about it, then the average person is going to make up their mind super quick. That's what I've noticed, is that reviewers will be like, I'm not too sure about this movie, whereas your casual viewer will go in and be like, I liked it or I didn't like it. And they won't think about it in any other way.
Yeah. I'm curious to see what the people start to say about this. The real people, not the ones who, get their rocks off writing fancy lines of verbiage.
More than that, get paid to do so.
You think these people getting paid to write these words?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
I know Screen Rant pays, but you think all of them are making money for writing what did I just see?
Yeah.
Probably.
This guy, Folie may be an ambitious and superficially outrageous, but in a basic way, it's an overly cautious sequel. Like, what the crap does that mean?
I thought you were asking if he gets paid. That dude's from Variety. Yeah, he gets paid.
But at the same time, what does that even mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Superficially outrageous, and in a basic way, it's an overly cautious sequel. Like, what are you trying to communicate with that?
He's saying that it didn't do what he wanted it to do.
Yeah.
Which is that's an argument, sure, but I need to know more about it.
We could break it down to basically being like, it wasn't what I wanted it to be. Like, we could make it that simple, but that's not what he said. He freaking... I wonder what did he write the article on Variety?
Yeah, definitely.
I like this one from...
Hold on one second. Owen, okay, so he wrote this on Variety. Joker, Folie, Joaquin Phoenix, and Lydia starred in a cracked jukebox musical, but it doesn't let Joker be Joker enough. Okay, that actually makes more freaking sense than whatever kind of article, whatever kind of review he was writing.
The question is this guy going in and looking for the Joker to be the Joker? Or is he going in and looking for Joaquin Phoenix, Todd Phillips Joker to be the character that he is?
Right.
Yeah.
Because I think if you're expecting him to be the Batman, a Batman-like Joker, then you're going to be disappointed. And that's where my thinking about this has changed. Was I keep expecting him to be a Batman Joker when that's not what this movie is.
Todd Phillips has been very clear about what it is. I don't know why we all expected it to be, right?
I did when the first movie came out. I was hoping to see a Joker movie about the Joker, not about a mentally ill guy.
Well, we all expected that at the beginning, but we saw what he was trying to do with it.
It is sort of. They brought Bruce Wayne into it.
That
right?
doesn't matter.
No.
That doesn't count.
It doesn't count.
Doesn't count.
It's in Gotham.
This is a artful Joker movie. They want to take Joker and paint it as this artful movie that tells mentally ill things and shows us a lot of artful art.
Don't say you said artful 3 times.
I want to say it one more time. Artful film stuff.
It's not a word.
Yeah, it's a perfectly good art movie about societal commentary, mentally, mental commentary and interactions and that kind of stuff. But it's not a Joker movie. Go back up. There was one from the BBC.com. It was above the Variety one. Yes. This one says, depending on how you look about it, this demethologizing exercise is either daring or it's irritatingly smug, but it's definitely not much fun. The fact that he used demethologizing as a word in his article tells you everything you need to know about Nicholas Barber. He's a prick. And if he worked for the BBC, he's absolutely it.
All right, so what that word means is
reinterpret.
Wait.
The reinterpretation free of mythical or heroic elements.
I actually
undertakes
that guy
to
for using that word.
Demetheologize.
I don't like his review, but I give him respect for using that word.
I don't.
I'll give him
that word
5% respect.
He looked that word up.
He Googled other words for reinterpret.
Yeah. He looked for other words for reinterpret.
He went to he probably got a thesaurus on his desk.
He has a thesaurus.
I bet you people do that for real.
Homie's trying to sound smart. He can't sound smart in his own native Yorkshire accent. Depending on how you look at it.
So if we change that word to reinterpret, depending on how you look at it, this reinterpretation exercise is either daring or it's irritatingly smug, but it's definitely not much fun. See, that makes sense when you just use the right words.
Yep,
that makes perfect
We're not
sense.
In freaking 1312 when we were still coming up with how the Latin words translate to other languages.
Yeah,
my goodness.
That's
Black
funny.
people exist. Slang exists.
Yeah, exactly.
Use smaller words.
As we all know, Black people invented slang.
I can't look. Give it 20 years, dude. Give it 20 years.
No thinks Black people invented slang.
They did. Give it 20 years. Nobody's gonna pronounce it ask.
No.
Nobody's gonna pronounce it ask in 20 years.
How are we gonna pronounce it?
X.
It's gonna be X.
X.
It's gonna be X.
I'd get 20 years. Everyone's gonna say X. No one's gonna say ask.
No, I have a hard time believing that.
It's gonna be like, you have my bow, you have my axe.
Yeah. Axe you what?
Axe you what? You have my
anyway.
What's your question?
You have my axe. Okay, what's your question?
That's funny.
That's good.
Yeah, we'll see what the audience score is once people actually start to watch it. I mean, I think people critic review.
I'm going to be honest. I actually think audiences might have similar reactions.
You think?
And this isn't a crazy interpretation, except the social.
But I think people, it's going to be the same thing. They're going to be going in expecting a certain kind of movie and are going to be dissatisfied when it's not what they think it is. And then people who sit down and look at a movie and evaluate its commentary and its actual dialogue and the substance of the movie are going to look at it and be like, yeah, that's actually a really good movie. It's very well written and paced and whatever.
Well, I mean, look at this photo. Out of everything else, I mean, this movie's going to be an artful piece, and that's
don't say artful again, please. It's not a word.
This is going to be a movie that is made for people who like film.
It's definitely demythologized.
Not video, not movies. They like film.
That's right.
They want something on film that is creative.
You had me at they not movies,
artful.
You said film, and then you said they want it on film, and I was like, "Where are you going with this?"
They want.
I was with you, and then you lost me.
They want a movie. It needs to be a film.
They want
it's
creative.
Artful. I told you guys should have gone live before this. Your brain's not here anymore.
Josh needs a script.
Josh
needs to come into every episode with a script. It's
just
at the top it says Josh's script. It doesn't have anything specific, but it's got like a lot of stuff in it he can reference.
It's a paragraph of words that says, "Don't use these."
Reference. Oh, it's got tons. It's got tons of movie references in them so that he can read them and get the reference right word for word.
Oh yeah,
it's got lots of actors so that he can.
If this podcast has done anything, I'm good at references. I had the milk.
Bro, you never reference anything correctly.
The milk.
You never know where you're referencing it from.
The milk reference. The milk reference from Lord of the Rings.
Hold on.
Was spot on.
Okay, yeah, you got one right. But it said his list will say Ebon Moss, and it says cousin from the bear.
Okay, I'll accept that. But I had one reference. You have to give me that.
Yeah, no, you
the milk reference.
Was it the milk? Cream, strawberries with cream.
Cream. You're right.
Yeah, you got that one
was
right.
Pretty solid.
That was a good one that you pulled.
And he remembers that one because he got it right.
He remembers that because when he watched the movie, he was like, I do want strawberries with cream. I'm going to go get me some. And he ate some right after, and it solidified in his brain. Most people don't do
strawberries
that.
With cream.
You never had berries and cream?
No.
It makes you do a dance.
No, stop. No. Berries and cream.
Okay, let's go to our last segment.
Okay.
Can
you control the slides?
I can I? Oh
yeah.
Yes,
dude.
Well, I can't.
Control the slides.
This doesn't help because I want to pull up the Instagram article I have.
Okay, I'll do that. But tell me, just be like, pull up the Instagram article, and I'll do it.
Hey, pull up the Instagram article.
All right, you got it.
Thank you. So I saw this just randomly, and it gave me an idea for a segment.
Okay.
This is kind of AI based, and I don't know if this is technically an AI season still, but we're gonna go with it.
Not technically.
So just thumb through this a little bit.
So original concept art for the first Shrek movie.
This is cool.
All right.
That's
awesome. Now, if you guys watch the behind the scenes on the Shrek DVD, you will have seen some of these already.
Yeah. I don't know if I watched that.
It brought me back to storyboarding, and we used to see this a lot with watching behind the scenes videos or anything like that.
Some of those old some of the animated films, if you go to deleted scenes on the DVD, they'll have storyboarded deleted scenes because they didn't bother animating it, but they still wanted to show you what the idea was.
So I went to Meta AI and typed in a few movie prompts. And you guys, I want you guys to try to figure out what movies they are based off of. We're going to start out pretty simple. It'll be easy to figure out what they are. And then as we go along, you guys have to figure out what the prompts are and what movies is based off of. I wouldn't say and these aren't like insanely hard, but I put in prompts like an ogre and a donkey going on a quest to save the princess.
Okay.
And so
specific like movie reference. Right?
So you are referencing an existing movie in your prompt, and we have to try to guess what prompts you brought in. You've written down the prompts you used, so we know if we're right or not.
Yeah, I mean, I can go back and.
Oh wait, do we have to guess the prompts or the movie?
The movie.
Okay.
I mean, it's simple.
Well, you said guess the prompts.
You can guess the movie based off the prompt. I'm not going to tell you.
I'm going to guess the movie based on the image.
Yeah. It's based off the image.
I'm going to close my eyes. I'm going to guess based off of Joe's guess.
Okay.
All right. So how do we do this? Because if we both spit it out, then we could both be right constantly.
I mean, it's easy to more difficult, but it's only medium difficult. It's not like
how is the point
it's
system
supposed to be fun, Joe. Come
How's
on.
the point system going to work? I want
to try to. Okay, I'll just tell you the prompt that I gave.
Don't tell me. I just want to see the photo. Why does this have to be a point game?
It's based off of a movie concept and how Meta AI would interpret that concept of a movie.
I got you.
That's what it's based off of. It's not about you guys winning points.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So shut up,
the first one.
Cinderella.
Okay. Yes.
I win. I said
the prompts is imagine Cinderella as a young girl holding her glass.
I'm guessing it's girl with glass shoe.
Yeah. That why it's more a girl with a glass shoe. That is what I put in to Meta.
So I get double points.
Shut up. This ain't about points.
Yeah.
No, we guessed simultaneously.
Yeah. Beauty and the Beast.
2 princesses?
Yeah. This one is Girl and Beast.
Joseph.
You're probably right. Girl and large beast.
A girl that lives with a beast.
Dang, I'm getting all the points.
You know what's this is actually something that's really funny that before you move on, I have to point this out. This is a little dig at Joshua again. I know we're digging at you a lot this episode. But these AI prompts and how you prompt is really showing your social engineering, because it doesn't matter if they're adult women. You never say a woman, you always say a girl. Like you always refer to females as girls. So every single one, even though it's Beauty and the Beast,
a woman. These are women.
Instead of saying
"wow,
you're woman,"
you're
right. Beast,
he just
wrote
girls.
a girl, and so gives them girls.
I'll give you.
I'm not incorrect. He calls every woman a girl.
Chronicles of Narnia.
Dang it!
The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
I said the wardrobe first.
Yeah, you lose, dude. I'm winning.
Shut up. Four kids go in a wardrobe.
2 boys, 2 girls getting in a wardrobe.
2 boys, teenagers, 2 girls, 7-year-olds.
2 adult men, 2 girls.
I mean, why it's not far off. It was like 2 boys, 2 girls going to wardrobe in a new world or something like that. And
it just looks like they're playing charades inside of a wardrobe, doesn't it?
But this could be a good concept. This is concept art.
Yeah, this could be good concept art.
for the movie. That's what I ultimately was making.
Yeah, I know I personally wouldn't be using Meta. I'd be going to Bing because I could input prompts that make it look like sketch art and watercolor art and get definitely more of a sketch style look to my concept art. I think the computer's going to try to add too much detail and make it look realistic, and I don't need that. I just need like a concept, you know?
So I will say this. There was quite a few prompts that I put in, like, let me see. A superhero that is an alien raised on a farm being Superman.
Right.
And if for some reason
all he got was like Vegeta or something.
Well,
like
all I got was me dressed up in a superhero outfit.
Because did you say Imagine Me?
No, I didn't put Imagine Me, but it gave me, because I've done me in other concept art before. Okay?
It used your pictures.
Yeah.
That's
when
hilarious.
You said imagine an alien, and it gave you,
it used you. It used your photos.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's see it.
Shrek.
Got it.
Okay. Yeah. So this one was pretty simple.
Well, like an ogre
and a donkey, you know, going on a quest.
I'm going to be honest. I really like this kind of like, that's
pretty cool.
That's an attractive ogre.
Ogre? Yeah.
Yeah. He's the kind of, I mean,
he looks a little bit more like a goblin than an ogre to me, but okay.
Dude, if someone falls in love with that version of Shrek, I see it.
You're okay with it? All right. Yeah.
Bro, look at them arms, dude.
Yeah.
Thirst
trap. It does look like he's got two thumbs on that other hand. Although that
he does.
I know it's supposed to be his first.
The more the merrier, you know what I mean? All right.
That's funny.
I mean, that's a fine looking ogre, to be honest. It's pretty
Star
Wars.
Okay, yeah. Let me look this up specifically because
boy and man fighting with lightsabers.
No, it was father and son fighting each other. I put show me a space father and son fighting each other with lightsabers. Yeah. So
I love the outfits.
Like Star Wars-esque, seeing what it would give me with the concept of Luke and Darth Vader, father and son.
The outfits aren't too far off from like the flight suits in the
Star Wars,
in the first Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
The orange flight suits with the white vest. Yeah, it's on point. It's pretty sick.
The wrinkles are consistent.
Although I'm not sure who's holding that blue lightsaber.
It's clearly the older dude, but the red lightsaber is just kind of in the background.
Yeah. Well, he's holding it with his other hand out like this. You just can't.
Oh, yeah? Is it his third thumb?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's multiple thumbs. That one's pretty good.
I Am Legend.
That's The Walking Dead. Is this I Am Legend?
Yeah, this is I Am Legend.
There's something really wrong with this image. For if it's I Am Legend, I don't want to say it.
Really wrong with it.
That's
no.
Where's the black guy?
What?
Where's the black guy?
That's not a German Shepherd.
I just put in the concept was guy by himself.
No, he wrote white man in New York with a dog.
No, I did not. It was man in New York City with dog during a zombie apocalypse or something like that.
Mm-hmm. So the meta AI is racist that it put in a white guy.
Yeah.
It just figured.
Mm-hmm.
There would be
it figured.
I mean, nice. I mean, I'm white.
This is like the exact opposite of Silent Place Day One.
Yeah,
everything in this image,
A Quiet Place.
Yeah, if you swapped like the characters in that, the main character would be a white dude with a dog instead of a black lady with a cat.
A white dude not sick with a dog.
A very healthy white dude with a dog.
with a dark dog where the cat was white.
The cat.
Yeah,
awesome.
Okay,
a good, strong, healthy looking dude.
Mm-hmm.
I
don't know why Meta AI does this where they cut off the guy's head though.
It's because they're trying to make a vertical photo because they pull basics from online, so like Google and different places that have photos, and most of the time like posters and art is either done in landscape or vertical. So if it's pulling from other art that exists and tries to morph a
boring
vertical,
let's keep going.
It doesn't know how. It's dumb. It's not very smart.
Secondhand lions.
I said it first.
No, I said it first.
Yeah. It That's was
really good. I like that.
Something like two old guys raising a kid on a farm.
And you know what the funny thing is the kid looks scared here. But Haley Joel Osment kind of looked a little bit scared all throughout the movie.
Oh yeah,
and a lot of different things. That's really funny.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a great picture. That looks like a picture that somebody would have taken of their family. Phantom of the Opera.
Dang it.
This was a man with a mask that lives in an opera house.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I mean, that's Phantom of the Opera.
Yeah, that's Phantom of the Opera. His head's a little small.
Wyatt's obsession with Phantom of the Opera, it's always right here on his tongue. Phantom of the Opera.
I said that one really quick.
You're just like ready at any moment to say the name. Or sing the name. You're okay with either.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just say it or sing it, whichever you prefer.
Yeah. Guardians of the Galaxy.
Dang it.
Look, the reason I got this one so quick is because I was watching a commentary on Guardians 3.
Let me try to pull this up because I actually tried to pinpoint like each of the characters and say like these characters in space.
This really is actually pretty close because in the comics, that's a little bit more what Drax looks like. He's not like ogre or goblin-ish, but he's definitely got more greenish skin.
But there's no Groot.
No, yeah. I forgot about Groot.
Groot's that girl in the purple.
I forgot about Groot. So I said a raccoon and an alien woman, a human man, and a big alien man living in a spaceship.
Did you specify no shirt?
No.
That's awesome. He looks just like Drax.
Well, when you said big alien man.
Yeah.
The big probably is like, we have to show his muscles, so let's not give him a shirt.
Yeah, and then I realized, I was like, I forgot about Groot. But, I mean, that's pretty special.
Okay.
Yeah. That's all right. That's pretty cool. That one looks good.
Do you have another?
I think the fun thing about this is Willy Wonka.
Willy Wonka.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm just winning all these points.
Why are you so quick?
I don't know. I'm just what I'm good at.
Too good.
It's funny that even in something like Guardians of the Galaxy, it's recognizable enough that you can do like a concept photo and we can look at it and be like, we know exactly what that is.
I know we know it's Willy Wonka because it's candy, but like this is a perfectly real life looking.
Yeah.
This is not the amazing Willy Wonka factory. This is like a little candy shop behind the, Harris Teeter.
Exactly. Yeah. That's funny.
This is nothing special.
This is the candy shop in the Harris Teeter.
Right.
That's funny.
Right. This is like the candy shop.
This one I think would be a little bit harder to guess. Because you have to be like a guy making candy, Willy Wonka. Right. That's why it took me so long to guess it.
I don't know. I feel like this one's pretty easy, but
there's only one famous movie about candy.
Yeah, that's got to be wrong.
No. Well, no, that
has to be wrong. There's other candy movies.
Name one other famous movie about candy.
Good
freaking luck, dude.
Dude, I know there's another famous candy movie.
No.
There's got to be another famous candy movie.
Nope, there isn't.
Nope.
Are you sure? What
Be
about
positive,
candy
dude.
adjacent movies?
Well, every movie
What,
or
Big Rock
animated
Candy
show
Mountain?
can have candy related. I mean, Wreck-It Ralph has a whole game
Yeah,
world.
they got. I wouldn't call that a candy movie.
No.
Exactly, because it's a gaming movie. But I'm saying there's candy related things. But Willy Wonka is the only famous candy movie, dude.
I don't know.
The only one.
I think that needs to be checked. I feel like there's got to be another one.
Well, you want me to do a Google search?
Sure.
Let's see.
Yeah.
I feel like that I have images in my head of some other like candy type movie where somebody's making candy.
Candy Cane Land
or sweets.
No, there's a couple horror movies called Candy, or sexually provocative movies called Candy.
Yeah.
What about Chocolat with Johnny Depp? That one's about chocolate. That one's all about chocolate.
Have you seen it?
I have seen it. It's
And
got
about chocolate.
It's got what's his name who played Otto Octavius in it.
Yeah, it does. I've seen it too, but
That's a candy movie.
Sure.
Are there really no other movies about candy?
Why don't we just,
That is crazy.
Chocolat. What is the movie with chocolate? What is this movie about? I haven't seen. This is like one of the one Johnny Depp movies I haven't seen.
Really?
Yeah.
It's about a lady who makes chocolate and I want to say she moves into this town in like Italy or something. And she sets up a chocolate shop and everybody's getting into it. Like the people are starting to like it. But the priest has an issue with it because he believes that chocolate is sinful, that indulging in something so delicious has to be sinful. And there's conflict there.
Dude,
it's got Alfred Molina.
Alfred Molina, who plays Otto Octavius.
Very nice.
I've seen Blow more than any of his movies.
Yeah, Blow is a long movie though.
That's
Blow
not
is
about
good.
chocolate.
It's not about chocolate.
It's a good movie.
But it is about candy.
Yeah, nose candy.
Yeah. Do we have any more generation? Oh,
What is this one?
Peter Pan. I got it.
He got one.
So
I swear that better be genuine.
I can't remember exactly, but it was like
Better not have just given me that one.
pirate with Hook fighting a boy or something like fighting a pirate with Hook.
He
didn't have a hook. They never gave him the hook.
no hook. I don't know why, but
It's cool
It kind of
looking.
just looks like a
Jack Skellington. Corpse Bride. Dude.
there was
You
only
need to
two
like
could have
you
done.
need to, dude, you need to like up your game on your Tim Burton movies.
I was literally gonna get there, but my brain wasn't working quick.
Frankenweenie.
Frankenweenie.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Corpse Bride.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Okay.
That's
it.
I guess.
Oh, you brought us right to the edge, and then
Yeah. I mean, that was a lot.
Don't say it like that, Joe. Stop.
I'm full of the innuendos tonight.
That's good. That was fun. I really liked that segment. I've when we were doing the AI stuff, I was always trying to think of what can we do? What's a fun segment with the AI? I really like the concept art.
Well, and two, I think we've talked about a lot on this podcast of using AI to generate ideas for what you want. You have an idea, Corpse Bride, how can I make this? Or, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. How can I make this? And maybe that's not a great idea, but it can concept what you want, and you can look at it and be like, this is a good idea. How can I make this into a movie? And I think it's a good starting point. And I've always said that. AI is a good starting point for making a movie. But maybe it's not the final point of what you want, but it's a good idea of how, like, the idea of look of things and how can you craft things. And that's kind of what I was going with this segment.
And the prompts he was putting in were really simple for famous movies, and we were guessing them right away. But if you're doing your own film, it's the idea is still there. If your story's about, an alien trying to rescue his friend who, is trapped in a spaceship shaped like a shoe, you can get that. Yes, you can type that into AI and you can get alien, searching for a friend in spaceship, spaceship, and it'll give you something like that.
Yeah. I almost wish that I put in the prompts and put this as one of the slides was old man and young man during the Civil War running away from a monster.
Yeah. I think we would have gotten that.
That would have been great.
Do it right now.
Oh, well.
You probably could.
Pull it up.
I don't know if I can show you guys.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you can.
Well, I can, but...
You can screen share.
Old man and...
a young man running away from during the Civil War.
Running away.
Your observation about the girls was pretty funny. Girl with shoe, girl with...
I know exactly why.
Living with a beast.
I've been wondering why Joshua refers to all females as girls for a majority of my
life. There was
a
couple in there that I put women. Didn't you realize that?
No, because it wasn't.
There was not a single woman in
there. Can you
I know
see
what
that?
a woman looks like. And
Let
there
me
was
make
not
you
one of
full
those.
Maybe.
Did they get the
I can
outfits
see
correct?
it.
Did they get the outfits correct?
Well, no, not really, but
I actually thought you were going to do it on your computer and then screen share.
It's all right. It's not good enough.
No. It's
Do you
not.
think we would have guessed it?
From that?
Not really.
Yeah.
No, not from that.
No.
Joshua, he'd have to get a little bit more specific.
Okay.
I mean, that's good. And
Civil War uniform
is good,
right?
To use as prompts.
Thank you. I think that's about it. That's our time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my time.
Yeah, I'm kind of coming to the end too. That was a good one. That was a fun podcast.
Thank you everybody for joining us on this week's episode of the Wacky, Wonderful Wiseworks podcast. We care a lot for you.
Mm-hmm.
And we love you so darn much.
If you were keeping track of the score and the points, let us know how many I won.
Shut up. I know I know I only won 2.
Do you think Joseph has an alter ego when he puts his glasses on? He has like an alter ego, or when he takes them off, he's a specific person, or...
I think he's Grandpa Joe all the time.
Oh, okay.
100% of the time, he's Grandpa Joe.
Makes sense.
Yep.